Okay. Now, here's the plan. About every 8 inches or so, I want to have one of these fastened onto this extension cord. Now, when I cut into this thing, I don't want to lose the tensile strength integrity of it. In other words, I don't want to cut across this way. I want to cut the jacket this way and see if I can't just get everything open and get the wires out and splay and solder onto. Well, you'll see, because I'm going to try and show you. Now, how do we then later wrap it up? Like, do I use electrician's tape or something like that? And then I remembered that about a year ago I bought these shrink wrap tubings. And I remember when I got this box, I thought to myself, what am I going to do with these great big ones? I'll never need them. Well, I'm realizing now that they're probably going to, and this is going to be the first time I'm trying this, so I'm hoping it's going to fit. Oh yeah, it's going to fit. And they shrink down 3 times smaller than they are now. So they'll easily hug this thing. Now, I only need, I'm only going to be making 11 cuts in this thing, because actually I could probably get away with, no, I'll just do 11, because on the end, anyway, well, no, I guess I will need one of these on the end. So I'm only going to need 12 of these, and I believe there's about 30 of these large ones, so we're good to go. I don't care if they're a different color. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it'd be like real Christmas lights, different colors, right? Anyway, just let me sort of get going here, and we'll move in a little bit later, and you'll see what it is I'm trying to do. I think I'm not 100% sure myself, so. Okay, I've got this cord marked off every 8 inches, and I can envision a problem. I have not tried this yet, but what I have to do is slice into this carefully, pull out the 2 wires that are inside there, spread the jacket apart on the black one and on the white one, not in the same place, but about half an inch or so apart, so that when I solder the pigtail onto it, it's going to, they're not going to accidentally touch together if someone was to squeeze or step on this thing, which they probably wouldn't, but you know. But before I go to all the work of sliding all of these, 12 of these heat shrink sleeves on, because you have to put these on first. For instance, if you have it soldered here, you have this soldered here, you can't get the heat shrink on, so they all have to go on first, approximately in the right place, and then afterwards they can be slid over top. And I would think we should be able to. Well, we might. It might not. It could be, it could be that with all this stuff here, we got just too much going on. Just for the fun of it, let's just excuse me, get this stuff out of the way here. Move in a little bit. And let's just see how hard it would be to slice this open and get those other 2 wires out. It could be that this is going to be just too difficult to do and not necessary. Yes, it would be better, but okay, so we're trying to do this on camera here. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just slice this jacket all the way along the full 8 feet and just completely remove it and have two separate wires like this, 8 feet long. I think it'll be a lot easier to splice in, because it's going to be just too hard to. Well, I think you can see my problem here. Okay. I've removed the jacket and that stuff that runs lengthways through it that gives it its breaking strength, its tensile strength. So there's no way that I'm going to rely on just the copper wire to support everything. I think what I'll do is I'll use this rope I think it's like about a 300-pound test. It's not going to break. And then what I can do is I can fasten the wire to the rope, probably everywhere there's a connection. It doesn't have to be completely wrapped or anything like that, but yeah, I'm just sort of thinking out loud here as I go. Now, the next thing to do is to test and see how easily it's going to be to fasten this together, but not in the same place. In other words, what I want to do is I want to have a bit of separation going on. Like the white is going to go to white and what black is going to go to black, but they're not going to go right there like that. They're going to go like that. And I want to just spread this jacket apart just as little as possible to wrap this around, and then hopefully solder it and not set off my smoke detector because of the burning rubber. Okay, now, I just wanted to show you what I've got in mind here before I cover this all up and you can't see the connections. I've cut this black one about 1/2 inch or so shorter than the white one. That way they sort of pull evenly. And as you can see, I've got the connections staggered here. And the solder did not cause this plastic to smoke as bad as I thought it was going to. Okay, now what I'm planning to do, get this so that it's more or less in the middle here, like that, is I'm going to shrink this tubing right down over top of everything as good as I can. Then this red one should slip over top of it, just to strengthen this right here where it's a little bit, you might say, flimsy. Okay, so that's the plan. I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, and then I'll be doing that sort of thing every 8 inches, you know, all the way along. Okay, you notice how there is glue? The heat has melted some kind of heat-sensitive glue in there, and also here on the end. So this piece is not going to slide, that's for sure. I possibly could have given it just a touch more heat right here, but you know, that's going to be all right. And the idea is, of course, that this will hang down. Okay, we'll just do that all the way along, and as we go along, I'll just be using one piece of tubing. I won't be using 2 pieces, because this 2 piece was just because of the orange jacket here that I wanted to bind everything to, and it actually has made it a lot more, I don't know what you call it. It's a lot stiffer. It's not as floppy, let's put it that way. Okay, I'm just going to continue on now. I got 11 more to go. I don't think I'm going to get them all done tonight.